men, friends and neighbors, or shall I say this afternoon?
Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise on MLB the Show. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. The Tigers are now 27-14, getting ready to take on the Twins here. You see here we're 5.5 games up in the division, so we are playing some very good baseball. If you just look in general at wins versus losses, generally speaking, you're seeing a lot of those green boxes on there. So we're doing well. A lot of guys on the team really kind of at or above expectations as far as just like their individual performance. So hard to ask for a whole lot more from the team than this right now. Let's hope we keep it going. And we're going to have a chance to do that here against the Twins, who smoked us in game 1 of the series and then pulled out a squeaker. They got a big lead early. We fought back, made it interesting, but fell short. But we've got a chance to, get to 2-1 in the series with a game here at home against the division rival Twins. So let's head on out to Comerica and see if we can get her done. And here we are in Detroit, Michigan. It is the Twins and the Tigers. The Twins come into this one at 19-24, with the Tigers rolling along at 27-14, very comfortably in first place as we approach about a quarter of the way through the season here in 2023. On the hill for the Tigers is Eduardo Rodriguez. The lefty has been very sharp for them this year, a 1.07 whip and a 4-2 record across 8 starts, and racking up 51 strikeouts over those 57 innings. Not bad for a guy not necessarily known for swing and miss kind of stuff. Starting things off, it's Byron Buxton, 2-2 grounder to third, forehanded by Jonathan Villar, who sends it over to Miguel Cabrera, getting the start at first base in this one. And here we'll get a look at the Twins lineup today. Carlos Correa, really the bat that sticks out in the heart of the order there, batting in the 3-hole, hitting 307 rather, and having a good year. But Miguel Sano hitting right behind him, just 203, and if he could pick it up, this team could become dangerous. Now later in the inning, 3-0 to Correa, and he is swinging and hits a routine grounder to short. Baez fields and sends it over to first, and that's it for the Twins in their half. Let's go to the bottom of the first, and it's Kenta Maeda on the bump for the Twins. The veteran right-hander having a pretty solid year so far through 8 starts. He's got a 1.19 whip, not striking a ton of guys out, but doing a good job keeping guys off the bases for the most part. Starting things off is Robbie Grossman, and speaking of bases, that one off the bag and shoots straight up into the air, and that's a break for the Twins because that ball was going to go into the corner and be a double. Instead, it's a single, but nonetheless, the Tigers have the leadoff man on. Next batter, Riley Green, 1-2 pitch. He could not hold up, but looked like strike 3 anyway as Kenta Maeda gets his first strikeout on a slider down at the knees. Then Javi Baez on 2-2. Hits it hard, but right at Austin Martin at third base, who gloves it for the final out of the inning, and we're scoreless after 1. On to the top of the second, it's Eduardo Rodriguez gets Sano looking there on a fastball in the inside corner for the first out, and first strikeout for Rodriguez. Next batter, Gio Urshela hits one deep to right field, and this ball is way back over the head of Grossman. Short hops the wall. Grossman going to make the throw in, but it is cut off, and it's a stand-up double. And the Twins have a runner in scoring position here with just 1 away. Brings up Max Kepler, 2-1 to him, is pulled into right field through the hole. Grossman going to have this one hit right at him, so they are going to go station to station here and make it runners on the corners now with 1 out in the inning. Next batter, Keston Huira on a first pitch. He is swinging and lifts one deep to right field. Grossman is under it. That's going to be a sacrifice fly as the throw will come into the plate, but definitely not going to get him. And now it's 1-0 Twins after the sacrifice fly for Keston Huira as it's Urshela coming in to score. On to the bottom of the second, Miguel Cabrera, 1-1 pitch with 1 away. That ball hit hard and into left field, and the Tigers have a runner on again here in the second inning. Later in the inning with 2 down, it's Jonathan Scope. Pulled the string there. Actually, that was a splitter down and out of the zone, but looked like kind of a change-up action, and he gets him swinging and in the inning, and it's 1-0 Twins after 2. Top of the third, Anthony Benboom, 0-2 pitch. Down the line, just skirts over the bag, and then gets into the corner, and that's a double for the Twins, and they've got the leadoff man on here as they're going to look to extend the lead here in the third inning. Next batter, Austin, actually with one away, Austin Martin, ground ball to the right side. That's going to get through. Grossman misplays it. A run will definitely come in to score because of that, but he does get the out at second as he tried to stretch it after it got away from Grossman. That's big because that would have made it a runner on second, one out, and they're already up two. Carlos Correa coming to the plate. He's swinging first pitch and rips it down the left field line. That ball probably would have scored a run. Nonetheless, it's a runner on second now with two away in the inning. And the Twins still an opportunity to score here. Next batter, Miguel Sano. That's up the middle. Diving stop by Baez. Could have probably got the out there had he thrown it from his pants, but that's going to go down as an infield single, and the inning stays alive, and it's runners on the corners for Gio Urshela. 0-2 pitch is a slider that gets too much of the plate. He got fooled in its jam shot, but that's going to get down. Correa comes in to score. Grossman, the throw to third is a dart to get Miguel Sano. That'll end the inning, but the Twins get two more, and they now lead at 3-0 here in the bottom of the third as they have got 7 hits already against Eduardo Rodriguez. Bottom of the third, one away for Robbie Grossman. That ball is hit deep to right center field. Long run from Buxton, and he can't get there. Grossman runs pretty well. This is easily a triple. He makes a huge turn around third just to draw the throw and heads back, and it's a stand-up triple for Grossman here with one away in the inning. Next batter, Riley Green, rips one into right field, and that is in for a base hit. That'll score the run, and the Tigers are on the board as they make it 3-1 here with one away in the inning. Now they're going to put Green in motion here. He is in ahead of the throw on a 2-1 pitch that missed high. So it's 3-1 here, and an 8th stolen base of the year for Green. They would get the out there, and then it's Baez swinging to end the inning. So Green is stranded in scoring position, but the Tigers are on the board. It is now 3-1 here after 3. On to the top of the fourth, two-way in the inning for Kyle Garlick. That ball hit pretty well and perfectly placed in the gap in left center. That's going to be extra bases. Green runs it down, gets it to the cutoff, but it's a stand-up double. Now two-way in the inning here in the fourth. Rodriguez getting hit pretty well, but he is going to get out of the inning here as this is a fly ball to right field. Can of corn for Grossman, and that'll do it for the Twins in their half of the fourth. On to the bottom of the fourth with one away. It's Miguel Cabrera. 3-1 pitch is a splitter away rather, and he gets this one pretty well. Hits it deep to right, and that is gone. Miguel Cabrera with his second of the year. It's a solo shot. The Tigers cut the lead down to 1 as it is now 3-2. Thanks to that nice swing from Miguel Cabrera, who can still get it done at the plate despite the age. Bottom of the fourth, one away. It is Jonathan VR, swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. Actually, that was the next batter. So still here in the bottom of the fourth, and a good job by Maeda to rebound and get the out. Now we go to the fifth inning, and Chad Kuhl coming on to start the inning. So just 4 innings of work for Rodriguez, and Kuhl comes on, sporting a 4.85 ERA to this point. First batter he faces is Buxton. Swinging on the first pitch, it's it deep to center field. This ball goes off the wall. Riley Green turns and fires. Now you see Buxton here is easily into third. Not sure what he was thinking. He tries to get greedy, and they gun him down at the plate easily. To get the first out of the inning at home is just absolutely unheard of in Major League Baseball. Now to the bottom of the fifth. Eric Haas, 0-1 pitch, rather. There is that splitter again from Maeda, and Haas leads off the fifth with a game-tying home run. That was a bomb. So we're tied at 3 after the Tigers trailed 3-0, and that is the third of the year for Eric Haas, as you can see there over the graphic, and that's going to do it for Kenta Maeda. His day is done. I'm sorry, I'm fighting a cough so hard, y'all. Cody Stashak going to come on in relief here, 4.24 ERA to this point in the season, and it is just the 5th inning. He would get him scoreless that way, but now it's on to the 6th. Chad Kuhl's still out there. That's a ball 4 there to lead off the inning, as it's, I believe, Miguel Sano drawing the free pass. And now with 2 away, Keston Hiura hits this one down the right field line. Cabrera cuts that off, steps on the bag, and that's going to do it for the Twins in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 3. With nobody on, nobody out, it's Spencer Torkelson here. A 2-2 pitch driven into the right center field gap. That gets down for a base knock. The Tigers have the leadoff man on and a chance to take the lead here, but now with two away, it's Jonathan Scope. Back up the middle, a diving stop there by Correa, throws to first, can't get him, so the inning stays alive on the infield single for Jonathan Scope. Now two away and two on for the Tigers for Eric Haas, but he goes down swinging, pulled the string there with the changeup, and Tigers will strand a pair as it was Hansel Robles on in relief there. Chad Cole still out there in the top of the seventh. 0-2 pitch with two away here was a mistake, but Buxton got under that one, and Benintendi grabs it, and we're going to the stretch, tied 3-3. Now on to the bottom of the seventh. 3-2 to Robbie Grossman is up the middle and into center field for a leadoff knock as he continues to swing the bat well for the Tigers so far this season. Robles still out there trying to give the Twins a few extra outs, and he's going to stay on and get a pickoff move here on a 3-2 pitch with one away. Maybe Grossman was going to be going on the pitch there. He got caught sleeping, and that's the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the seventh. Another look there, just maybe leaning or just not quite paying attention, but either way, he's out. And the Tigers would have be held scoreless there, so we go to the eighth. Chad Cole still out there, swing and strike out for the first out of the inning. Then it's Miguel Sano on a 1-0 pitch with a runner on first here. It's a base hit, so back-to-back singles actually for the Twins. They're in business here with a runner in scoring position and one out for Gio Urshela. First pitch is in the dirt, gets away from Haas, but a good block here. He recovers and fires a strike down to third. VR lays the tag on him to get him, and that is a huge second out here as the Twins were trying to get a second run into scoring position. And now it's two outs, and they need a base knock here if they're going to get this run home. 3-2 to Urshela is a fastball that he got into center field, and that is going to do it right there. Makes it 4-3. The run comes in to score, and the Twins grab a late lead here with two away in the top of the eighth. Let's go to the bottom of the eighth. Spencer Torkelson with one away draws a walk, and that's a base runner for the Tigers. Miguel Cabrera coming up, and an opportunity perhaps for the Tigers. Now two away, it's Jonathan DR. They had the runner in motion there with a full count, two away, but he swings through a fastball right down the middle. Threw him an absolute cookie, but he could not touch it, and that's a big strikeout there. Let's go to the ninth. Matt Strom on in relief. He's going to get the swinging strikeout in the dirt. Haas sets that down to Cabrera, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. Now later in the inning with a runner on first and one away, it's Michael Givens on in relief. He gets a swing and strikeout there for the second out. Next batter, and Austin Martin, 1-2 pitch to him. A fastball up and in, got him looking. So the Twins go scoreless in the ninth, and the Tigers are down to their last chance here as we go to the bottom of the ninth. 8-9-1 due up for the Tigers, and they need a run to tie. So we go to the bullpen again here for the Twins. It's Colin McHugh coming on for the save, looking for save number 14 on the season. A 3.38 ERA, has been absolutely dealing against left-handed pitching so far this season. With one away, Jake Rogers pinch hitting a 3-1 pitch. Looked like it maybe got the inside corner, but that is ruled ball 4. And that's going to bring up Robbie Grossman with one away, and he's 3 for 4 on the day, but had a pitch maybe to hit there, try and maybe drive it down the left field line, but he popped it up into foul territory. That's handled for the second out by Martin, and the Tigers down to their last chance. Riley Green on a 3-0. He got the green light, cutter right down the middle, but he just didn't quite get all of this one. It's pretty much a can of corn for Byron Buxton out there in center field, and that does it for the Tigers as the Twins take this one 4-3 on the road. We look at the numbers for the Tigers: 10 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts on the day. They got 3 hits from Robbie Grossman, 2 from Cabrera, who had the solo home run, had a nice day at the plate for the Tigers. Grossman also had a triple, and then Eric Haas with his 3rd home run of the season. Cabrera, Haas, and Green end up with the RBIs. Green also his 8th stolen base of the season. Rough day for Rodriguez, just 4 innings of work, 8 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 3 earned. And then Chad Kuhl did an admirable job but gets saddled with a loss, going 3 2/3, 4 hits and a walk, struck out a pair. And then Strom and Givens each 2/3 of an inning apiece, with Givens striking out the only 2 batters that he faced. The Twins get 13 hits and 2 walks. They struck out 7 times. 2 hits from Correa, Sano, and then 3 from Urshela and 2 from Kepler right there in the heart of the order, and that's where some of the scoring came from, with 2 RBIs from Urshela. They got doubles from Correa, Ben Boom, Garlick, and Urshela. Buxton a triple. Huira and Martin each with an RBI and Urshela with a pair. Martin had an error on the day. Maeda was not very sharp, going 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 earned. Stashak, an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 hits but no runs. And then the rest of the way, the bullpen was really sharp with a walk and or 2 walks and a hit across the final 3 1/3. And that was enough to pick up the W in this one as the Twins take it 4-3 here in Detroit. All right, and so now to wrap up the episode, we are actually slightly past the quarterway point of the season, so we're going to do a kind of a quick sweep around the league, looking at standings and stats, etc. So, starting in the American League East, the Blue Jays and Yankees tied. The Rays a game and a half back. Orioles are really bad. Surprise. Tigers are playing well, although we've lost 7 of the last 10. We are still 3 games up in the division over the White Sox, 4 ahead of the Guardians. Twins are hanging in there at 6.5 back. The Royals look like they're out of the mix. In the West, nobody wants to win this division. The Astros leading by 3.5 games, and they're only 26-22. So that's still kind of up for grabs. And then there's a look at the wild card picture. 4 teams in the American League East are currently kind of in the top position in terms of the wild card race. In the National League, the Braves are way up in the East, 33-14. They are playing some outstanding baseball. The Nationals are atrocious. In the Central, look at the Brewers, 34-14, and the Pirates are they are 8-40. That is just asinine. So they could be on their way to a record-setting disaster of a season. The Padres 32-15, a half game up on the Dodgers, and then the Giants 5 games back, but 7 games over 500. So they are still right there in the mix for the National League wild card, with the Mets a half game behind them. So that's a look at standings. Let's go ahead and look at statistics. And we'll just look at the Tigers for now, and we will sort by OPS. And you've got Eric Haas having a heck of a year. He's not getting a ton of at-bats, but he's hitting .348 with 4 home runs for an OPS over 1,000. Robbie Grossman also having a very good season at .889. Swinging the bat well, no power as far as home runs, but he's doing a great job. And then Javi Baez is getting the job done at .295 with 11 home runs. Miggy is actually swinging the bat really well. He's hitting .350. His on base is pushing 400, and the slugging up in the upper 400s for an OPS of .861. Really good in terms of our expectations from him. Spencer Torkelson having somewhat of a breakout year here. He's hitting .303 with 6 home runs. And you look at his ratings offensively, the dude can hit left-handed pitching pretty darn well, and he's getting to where he's pretty solid against righties in terms of just the raw attributes. So he's going to be really dangerous. Willie Castro having a solid year. Jonathan VR was absolutely on fire out of the gates, but has cooled off. Not getting much power from him, but we didn't really expect to anyway. Jake Rogers swinging the bat pretty well, hitting .292 with a .772 OPS. I'll take that from a catcher. Riley Green was really hot out of the gates, but has cooled off. He's still doing okay. The challenge for him is that he's going to play a lot against lefties this year, and that's not necessarily ideal. Andrew Benintendi is not living up to expectations, but he hasn't been atrocious. Willie Castro has given us about what we expect from him. Akil Baddoo was doing pretty well, but has cooled off a little bit lately. The average down now to .230. And he's not getting a lot of power for us with just 2 home runs in 135 at-bats. Victor Reyes is doing okay. His on-base percentage is nowhere near what we want it to be, but his batting average is all right, so we can live with that. Jonathan Scope has been the biggest disappointment on the team this year, hitting just .209 with 4 home runs and a .592 OPS. Can't really blame Austin Meadows for those numbers because he only got 65 at-bats before he got hurt. So not real worried about him at the moment. For the pitchers, we're going to sort by whip. And let's start with the good. Tarek Skubal has been awesome. He's 4-1, a 2.85 ERA, 1.08 whip, and 60 innings of work. Casey Mize, very similar numbers, but the ERA a little bit higher, but he's also been very solid. Matt Manning, again, very similar numbers, and this is the trifecta of these young guys that we're hoping kind of become, a triumvirate here as far as the 1-2-3 anchor of this starting rotation for a long time. Because you look at the ages, 26, 25, and 25. These guys could be really good for a long time. Eduardo Rodriguez has been a surprise this year. The ERA has been outstanding. The whip is starting to creep up a little bit, but he's pitching really well. Spencer Turnbull is technically, the ace of the staff, and he's been the worst of the 5, but a 1.23 whip isn't that bad, and the ERA is a little higher than expected given where the whip is. Michael Givens has been okay. The ERA is a little bit of an anomaly because the whip is higher than we'd like it. Same with Andrew Chafin. He's getting the job done, but that whip is not where we want it. Same with Alexander, a 4.67 ERA. He's a long relief guy, so I'm not really worried about him. He's technically a middle reliever, but we're kind of using him as long relief sometimes as well. Matt Strom has been a disappointment. Michael Fulmer has been a disaster. Chad Kuhl, a little bit of a disappointment, but the high whip and, statistically low ERA in terms of correlation is kind of normal for him because he is sort of a guy that manages to get himself out of trouble. Joey Wentz has been a disaster, but it's okay. He's just a long relief guy, usually coming in situations where we're behind or way ahead and just need some innings without giving up 5-6 runs in one frame. So that's a look at our statistics. Let's go look around the league at some leaders at this point. Teoscar Hernandez hitting .371. And look at that. 3 Blue Jays on that top list and 3 Twins right up there in the top 8. So that's pretty impressive for both of those squads. Let's see here. Doubles, triples, who cares? Home runs. 14 for a couple of guys. And there's Javi Baez with 11, tied for 6th. RBIs, Rafael Devers with 43. Miles Strauss scoring a ton of runs. Mondesi with 15 stolen bases. And then we've got Baddoo, Green, and Baez all right there stealing a fair amount of bases themselves. So pretty good production on the base paths for us this year. Excuse me. On base percentage, Arozarena. Slugging, Arozarena. OPS, Arozarena. Wins is sort of a misleading stat sometimes, but 3 guys up there that arguably might be pitching well enough to deserve it. Loaisiga with 21 saves leading the way. There's Andrew Chafin 3rd with 17. Plesac is definitely having a good year because he's got 7 wins and a 1.64 ERA, so he's getting the job done. And there's Manoah, I think also was one of the guys that had 7 wins. Shutouts, 3 for Barrios is pretty impressive. Strikeouts, McCullers way ahead. 3 complete games, 73 and 2/3 innings pitched. I don't have anybody in the top 8 there. Blue Jays have 3 in the top 8 there as well. So they had 3 guys in the top 8 in average and innings pitched. Not that that's really that, relevant, but whatever. 7 walks, nobody cares. How about a .8 whip? So Plesac's got to be in the mix for the Cy Young. We'll look at that in a second. Barrios. How about Eduardo Rodriguez, 2nd on that list? That's interesting. Carlos Correa. What kind of year is Mike Trout having? Let's just take a look. 43 games. He's got 47 hits, 9 home runs. All right. Actually, hang on. Let's look at the National League just real quick. So, Soto, 383 and 23 home runs. Not even close there. So, he is definitely in position for a triple crown. And right now, it's not even close in any of the 3 major categories. So, he's definitely the MVP in the National League right now. Matthew Boyd, former Tiger, got 8 wins for the Bravos, tied with Dustin May. 22 saves for Pomeranz, 1.21 ERA for Jake DeGrom. 72 strikeouts, and innings pitched 75 and a third for Dylan Bundy. Pitching WAR 2.3 for DeGrom. Kettle Marte at 3.5. Dang it, fighting a cough, y'all. All right, so just real quick, last thing that we will look at is early nominees for the MVP in each league, which is Arozarena and Soto, no surprise there. And then for the Cy Young, Jake DeGrom and Alek Manoah. And last but not least, I know I said that was the last thing we're looking at. We are going to look at all-star voting. There is Eduardo Rodriguez in the mix for the starting pitchers. No relievers. And Andrew Chafin, second in voting for closers. For catchers, I'm not going to have anybody there. Although, look at Eric Haas getting some recognition. That's pretty impressive for as little as he's playing. Spencer Torkelson, fourth among first basemen. I know I don't have a second baseman because Jonathan Scope has been trash. Jonathan VR has slipped a little bit, but still, you know, honorable mention among third basemen. Nobody well, there's Javi Baez. So he's in the mix there, but he's going to have to turn it on a little bit. Left field, Benintendi is somehow on here. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Center field, Riley Green. Also one I don't necessarily understand, but okay. And in right field, nobody. So we don't necessarily care about the National League. We just wanted to kind of see how our guys were doing. But the bottom line is we're doing pretty well. We were actually 8 days away from the draft, so the next episode we'll probably get 2 games in, and then the episode after that will feature the draft, unless I try to get 2 games in and squeeze in the draft. But we'll see how that goes. That's going to do it for this episode. If you have not done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?